Well, I know it's been a while, but we finally managed to get back out again. Welcome to the Journeyman's Tales. Well, good morning, and as I said, welcome to the Journeyman's Tales. Now, I know it's been a while, it's been a very frustrating few weeks. All the plans have gone right out the window, but I have managed to get a late booking at the Blackthorn Fisheries, and we arrived yesterday afternoon in the South Lodge, and time just melted away, and as it is, darkness fell fairly early this time of year, but I did manage to get the 3 rods out. They're in an area recommended by Ben the bailiff, and I've just put out 3 sticks for now because I'm not sure obviously what went out before me. I know a fish did come out early yesterday morning as the guy was packing away. Other than that, I think some fish did come out last week, but there's been a huge amount of rain like we have all over the country, and the water level has come up a little bit, but more importantly, the temperature has now dropped from sort of mid-teens down to 7.5 now this morning. So it's bound to have a detrimental effect on things, but it's got some good winter form, this place. So hopefully we'll manage to get 1 or 2. Fingers are crossed for that. Now I'm just going to sit on it for another couple of hours. It's mid-morning now, probably midday, early afternoon. I will put out a couple of spombs over each rod. Now the left-hand rod was only out about 5 minutes, and I tipped the wafter with some maggots, and that was obviously being attacked by some nuisance fish. Now there are a few in it, I think it's mainly perch. Strangely enough, the middle rod and the right-hand rod weren't touched, just the left-hand rod. But it's been a quiet night, nothing's been on it. It's been flat calm. We did have a bit of rain overnight, but it's been flat calm. The wind's beginning to pick up a little bit this morning. It's a bit southwesterly, which is okay for this particular water. Anyway, I'm going to finish this coffee, rest up for a bit more, and as I say, I'll get back to you when I sort out the spombs and tell you exactly what's going on later on. Well, it's been a long old slow day, and it's still very calm, very still actually. There's been a little bit of wind from the southwest, but not a lot. Haven't seen anything moving. I did put a couple of spombs out earlier, literally a handful of bait over each rod, and it's absolutely pointless tipping the baits with maggots or worms. They're getting mullered straight away, so I've stopped doing that. So I've just put out a little bit of loose feed against all the advice, but I can only fish my way, really. And I think if they're mullering the casters and the maggots that quickly out there, spombing a little bit's not going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think anyway. But as I said, can only do it my way. And yeah, we'll see what the evening brings, and of the night. It's due to be raining again later, but at the moment it's all very calm and quiet. But we'll see. Well, good morning. Yet another quiet night. I say quiet night fish-wise, but it absolutely tipped down all night. Not a lot of wind, but a lot of water, and it's just not helping the fish feed at all at this moment in time. The wind is moving around a bit as it was yesterday from the southwest to the northwest, but I think as long as there's a bit of west attached to it, it's fine. The front that went through last night should be clearing up a bit now, till at least tea time again. But as with yesterday, I'm going to finish my mid-morning coffee and redo the rods. I'm going to bring the left-hand rod in, I think, a little bit shorter, and start using that one as a roving rod really, and rebait much the same with the bags. I'm not putting any maggot tips on the baits at all. It seems absolutely pointless really, because it's getting mullered by the perch, and I shouldn't think the bags, quite frankly, are lasting that long. Well, certainly the casters and the maggots will be lasting that long, but they keep telling me not to put a lot in, so I'm not putting a lot in. Well, not really. Anyway, the conditions on the face of it seem perfect, but I don't think anything's come out anywhere. I haven't spoken to Ben this morning, so I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure we'd have known about it if something had. Anyway, as I say, finish the coffee, replace the 3 rods, left hand one a little bit shorter, and press on. Total faith in what I'm doing. Not sure what the carp are doing though. Good morning. As you can see, it's pouring down with rain, and it poured down with rain all night, but we are due to have little breaks in it all with a bit of sunshine, but I think most of the day is going to be wet and wet, so there's not going to be a huge amount of filming going on unless something seriously dramatic happens. We're into the last day, and the plan and the tactics remain the same basically. What I'll do is leave it till midday, especially at this time of year. Normally it's a bit late in the day, but darkness coming in early. Be about midday, I'll refresh the rods. Hopefully at some point it might dry up. If not, press on regardless, keep the faith, and yeah, make the most of the last day and the last night. That'll do. Will never do. Get it spot on or go home. Well, unfortunately that left-hand rod took 3 casts to get back out on the spot, but it might as well be right. Close enough isn't good enough, as they say. So I don't want to be sitting there worrying whether it's right or not. But the left-hand rod, which was fishing short and off towards the island last night, I've moved out to the spot in front of me, and the right hand rod is on the spot in front of me. Both fish with wafters. The right hand rod I've now changed over to a Probates UK TT pop-up on a trigger rig, which is my newer version of the bungee rig, using the Nash trigger link. And that's gone over, same distance, but over the left hand side of the swim where I've caught before. And all three of them have gone out with a little stick attached to the hook of water snails with a bit of green lip mussel powder on there and a small bit of TT boilie crumb just to dry it up so they'll not melt the PVA. So that's the last gambit from the last night. It looks like this rain is going to be staying in. Hopefully it'll disappear in the morning when it's time to pack up, but apart from being very cold, the conditions I would have thought were pretty damn good. But hey ho, we'll see. So I don't think I've done this before, an outro going home in the van. And to be quite honest, I was in two minds whether to complete this video, which is why I didn't do the normal outro from the bank. And but yeah, you keep telling me to keep it real, so I mean this is real. But I still might not put it out, depends what happens at the editing stage. But I think my first thoughts that I posted on Facebook were probably about right. We were a week too late. I mean, the weather had changed quite a bit. The air temperature had dropped quite a bit. The water temperature has also dropped quite a bit. And the rains keep coming, and with all that rain coming in, it wasn't going to help too much. Having said that, the guy there the week before had 5 fish. So don't go judging the water on my incompetencies. I took a chance for some really spectacular fishing with some really big fish, and it didn't pay out this time, unfortunately. There were 4 of us on, and one fish came out literally 20 minutes before we all had to pack away and come home. Didn't work for me, but it is what it is sometimes. Bit of a disappointment, considering October for me sadly was a complete wipeout. But there we are. We live to fight another day. And yeah, if this does go out, I hope you appreciate the fact that it is real. And we all blank sometimes. But thanks for your company on this Journeyman's Tales. And with a bit of luck, I'll catch you all again soon. Cheers for now. Here we go, 20 miles an hour. Welcome to Wales. I think it's what cruise control was made for.